I like to think I'm a leader. You know, if people need guidance, if my student groups need guidance, I try to be that, but I would really what I really want to do is to encourage other people to take leadership roles.
I consider Adele a leader among many leaders in the school. She is an outstanding, thoughtful, passionate young person who is quite visionary, and I believe she has a sense of purpose to her that distinguishes her from many of her peers. She will work with her team, whether it be yearbook or the newspaper or the Social Justice League, to solicit their input as well to ensure that the very best decisions are being made and that what we're doing is in the best interest of the school.
I'd like to think that, especially for the younger grades, that I've shown them that I'm pretty normal, but I do what I can and I can make a difference and that they can too. A lot of things I'm involved in, I really want to try to generate the action I want to generate, but also be able to encourage other students to be able to say, you know, I want to do this. Is it possible? How can I make this happen?
I think a good leader is someone who has a single idea and puts passion and energy into that idea and can take that idea, share it with others, and change people's views on something, and then get those people to participate in the initiative.
I really think that Becca's found her voice through the medium of video production, and the work that she's created is very inspirational.
Through my videos, like through my environmental videos, I have shared the idea of like veganism and just like environmental activism, and I've actually seen the change in my viewers, which is kind of neat. They watch it and you see like how their eyes open to like new ideas.
Using the medium of video production, she's really enhanced her technical abilities, but she's also enhanced her overall education of the environment, of other important causes that she firmly believes in. She's constantly pushing herself to achieve more, both personally and professionally.
I guess instead of like an award or going home with something like a trophy, it's just nice to like go home and know that you did something nice for another person.
Okay, so I think it was last semester, somewhere near the beginning, my teacher, she requested that I helped Kai in his studies for the semester, and I was happy to help him. And then I realized that, hey, I'm doing this for a long period of time, and I realized that I enjoyed it because I love teaching people and I love helping others. Benson did a remarkable job helping Kai to improve 30% of his grade this semester in advanced function, grade 12 course.
I'd like to say that he was definitely amazing in helping me with math because he was able to build that trust and I felt comfortable in asking him anything. I strive to become more than what I'm asked to do. I go above and beyond the normal standard, and it's got me where I am today.
I think I know that I've been successful when I know that I've created leaders that are with me, that are supporting one vision, that we're united and that we're constantly growing as people and as a group, and making sure that we're expanding on our ideas and we're expanding on how to make these ideas happen.
I have to say at our school we've got a lot of students that shine very much like Doaa, but her extra special spark is the fact that she is always doing. The next thing you know, something's happening in the school. Who's behind it? Doa and social justice.
We even ran a fully student-run assembly with really students running the whole show, and it was all about bullying and mental health and inclusivity, and that was phenomenal. Something nobody's ever seen at Mulock, and something that students are going to remember for the rest of their life, really. I do give up a lot of my personal time for this, but I think it pays off by seeing other kids smile and just seeing how happy I might have caused them to be. And I think that's really worth all that time and effort.
What I'm most proud of is who I am as a person to everyone in the school, not just as a basketball player, but how the teachers and even the little kids, how they appreciate me for who I am, what I do. That really makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing.
So Faye is one of those guys in your classroom that that he's always willing to take initiative, and he's always willing to try and help people out in whatever way he can. He's the biggest guy in the school, but he's also one of the nicest guys in the school, and he's the one that's always out there looking out for little kids. It's more important for him to make sure that a kid doesn't get run over than it is for him to score a basket.
I think the impact has not only been the things that we've done that Faye has taken on, but the impression that people have of Faye, that he asked to be a kindergarten lunch monitor, not just a lunch monitor, but to work in the kindergarten rooms, is just a real sign for me of someone who's really willing to get in where there's need and do their very best.
I volunteered just to help around, and seeing the smile on the kid's face really makes me really happy.
I do consider myself a leader. I can be a leader in so many ways. You have to be a good person to be a leader. And I'm also a leader by example, so whenever I recycle, people might follow me. And I shouldn't be telling them what to do. I can show them. So whenever I make a speech, I inspire them to make a change.
Hannah brings a certain life to Ross Doan. She has opened our own eyes to different things in the world. We at Ross Doan embrace technology in many different ways in order to differentiate how it is that we're learning and doing things. And Hannah exemplifies that through her own blog. So she took on her own initiative with the support of her mother, and together they created a blog. Through that, so many messages are being sent out in order for other people to start thinking about and triggering the thoughts of others in terms of what it is that they can do for themselves in their life and even for others.
I think that success is about results. I wanted to actually make a change. I wanted people to take their time to think about what they want to do.
My plan is to help others as much as I can because it's important to me, and I think it makes a good environment and community. So whenever I have a chance to help, I help.
I think Isaiah's had a very positive impact on me professionally and on everyone in our classroom. He's really helped to create a strong sense of community, which is so important. He's inclusive, he's respectful, he's optimistic, and so that really shines through in everything that we do, and he's really helped to create a cohesive environment. Well, Isaiah is considered a leader because not only does he lead others in terms of sharing his ideas, but he's also very mindful and respectful of listening to others' ideas. I think that a strong leader not only excels in the typical ways we see a leader, but also knows when to listen and knows how to get ideas out from other people in a supportive way.
I think success is when you know that you've done your best and you've used your accomplishments to help others.
I love working with others. I've been a part of many sports teams, and working together with other people really improves ideas, and I'm extremely determined. I will work hard to achieve my goals.
A lot of the different initiatives that we've taken on as peer mentors has been due to Jay and his willingness to listen to what the students have to say. Our anti-bullying campaign came about Jay listening to what the grade 9 students were expressing in terms of their concerns, and they had expressed a concern about bullying, and he was able to help bring that about.
We had a wonderful opportunity fall into our lap to have the Toronto Argonauts bring the Grey Cup here. And he really helped turn that into a celebration, an anti-bullying pep rally with being able to bring out a banner that his group of peer mentors had created along with a petition that he had.
I'm just really proud of overall working with the different students in the school, and I work mostly with the peer mentor program, which helps the grade 9s with their transition into high school. And I'm just so happy that I've made a lot of grade 9s feel welcome in the school.
I think success is when you've done your best at something or you've completed a goal.
So Jennifer's the leader in our school for numerous reasons. In the classroom, she always helps her peers when they're struggling with difficult material, and she acts as a leader in collaborative tasks that we do. She's a leader by displaying strong social skills and strong character traits within the classroom that the other students recognize and pick up as well.
I do consider myself a leader because when we do collaborative work in groups, I like to be the person who takes charge and asks around, like, what do you think about this? How would you do this?
She's a lunch monitor for primary classroom. She also helps in the office to distribute newsletters and any information that needs to go home.
If you need something, you can come to me and I'll answer the question as best as I can. I believe that if you're going to do something, you should do it to the best of your ability. So that's what I do when I do anything. I want to do the best I can.
I consider myself a leader because at school I like to take charge and I like to do activities with my friends and I like to lead my peers as well. Also in my personal life I believe that I should always do my best and I should never give up.
I nominated her because she finds herself in the middle of just about every event that's happening at the school, from our MS readathon to our Candygram sales to actually advocating for and organizing all of our intermediate dances, arranging for professional DJs and raising money for sick kids. And that's just a fraction of the things that she does here.
I know that I'm successful at something when I have comments from people who said, "That was such a great event. I love that you did that. Thank you for doing that." I really take that to heart. And I believe that I've done a great job when I have comments like that. I think success is only given to people who never give up. If you quit just when you're getting started, you're not going to get anywhere in life. And if you just settle for what's in front of you, you won't reach your success.
I believe that leadership is not just leading a group of people to a common goal, but it is also helping people uncover their fullest potential. And I believe that these values have been pervasive in the things that I do.
Every single time Leo shows up somewhere, I know what I'm getting. He shows up, he's 2 feet on the ground, he's very, very reliable. I think that Leo's world experience that reaches well beyond the walls of our school are part of what brings with him the kind of experience and the kind of willingness to try new things that makes him a little bit more unique. And we really appreciate that at King City.
During my presidency of the Empowered Student Partnerships Committee at my school, we reduced the number of bullying cases reported at our school. We made the school safer and more aware of risks, and also we made the feeling of school community better.
Some of my actions, like starting the penny drive, that got 11 children enough clean water for the rest of their life, so that's one of the real impacts that I've made.
Mabel gets it. She's a student that she embodies and exemplifies all of the character traits that we have in the York Region District School Board. She works hard as a learner. She identifies where her needs are, her learning needs are, develops a plan with goals. So her learning skills allow her to be the best student that she can be. The Pennies for Africa campaign, her original goal was to raise $25, enough fresh drinking water for one student in Africa. It actually ended up raising $275, so we were successful at raising enough money for 11 children or people in the world to have fresh drinking water for the rest of their lives.
At first I didn't understand that, how could pennies, help someone get clean water? But then, when I got further and I realized what was happening, it was that I could and I wanted to.
I would say that I am most proud of creating an arts council for my school. It was kind of the first project I took on all by myself, and I don't know, it kind of gave me that entrepreneurial spirit.
We have a whole number of students in our school who could be seen as, top of the line students. I nominated Megan because she really took something that was important to her, passionate to her, brought it to the school, saw a need and saw a reason to fill it. And so she really took her passion to it, and she's brought something that will be here long after she's gone.
When I'm looking back on my life in 20 years, I would like to be able to have memories of what I've accomplished, in high school and beyond. And the only way to do so is to get involved as much as you can and to create opportunities and embrace the opportunities before you.
The accomplishment that I'm most proud of is the recovery that I've made since the brain injury that I had 3 years ago, this February 1st. It was quite bad, And I think that the recovery that I've made from that is definitely what I'm most proud of, because I think I've gone past what I was before.
It almost seems as though the challenges that he's faced have caused him to work harder, push further, and do more. When a team of us at the school looked at the criteria for the awards, he immediately came to mind. He's such a strong presence in the building. He can be seen at any and every event in the school. There's Mike, ready and willing to help.
So I go back to my elementary school because I still help them with their large events. And they've also asked me, actually every year for the past 6 years, to talk to them and to teach their grade 7s and 8s. And they have me go back and actually train them how to use their equipment. I'd really try to give back through that. I've always found it interesting and rewarding to teach others and to help train others on how to do things and understand things.
I do think I'm a leader because I always try to help impact people's lives in a positive way, and also me being a leader has led to me being a part of student council, president of student council.
The first time I saw her as a leader was we were running a student council meeting, and it was chaotic to say the least. We had all these students together, and she is able to listen to all the students. She takes their input, she values their input, she makes people feel that what they're saying is positive and that it will be acted upon, and then she consolidates it and comes up with a plan. So as a leader, these are incredible skills.
I think that when someone is constantly working towards their dream, they're being successful. I've said this ever since I was little, but I think it's definitely something from my heart. I think that I really want to help educate the children of tomorrow and give them a good education so they can take that and move on with their life.
I've been involved in school activities since grade 9, and it brings me joy being a part of the different committees that's going, knowing that I'm a part of something that brings the student body together.
Well, Priscilla is a student who has stood out since she was in grade 9 as someone who's wanted to be involved in more than just academics. So academically she's very strong, socially she's very strong, in a sense of social justice or community involvement she's also very strong. So right from the start it was, what can I do or how can I be involved? I want to be a part of life at Woodbridge College.
I see problems, and if I know that I have the ability or the means to help that person or help make that situation better, then I definitely push myself to make sure that some way, somehow, I do that.
I define success by working and reaching my goals that I set. So, one of my goals was to go for the national team in St. John's. And I was able to get the on-roll, but I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know about it.
Richard is determined to be successful in all avenues of his life. So socially, he's successful, meeting new people, making friends. He's also been very determined to be successful on the soccer field. And even when he's had injuries, he perseveres and has helped coaching when he had a serious injury earlier this year and was facing a number of personal difficulties. As well, he took those situations and made them into positives. And that's something that I've seen throughout knowing Richard. I think Richard is already a star, but I see him continuing to develop and mature into a young man who cares about other people, does his best, and motivates other people to do their best as well. He just doesn't let anything stop him.
I think soccer motivates me the most, and my friends, family, people that are always involved in me, not just as a soccer player, but they see certain things in me. Like Miss McAdam always tell me, you're more than a soccer player.
I would like to be seen as the kind of student who people want to be around, who's reliable, and people know that I'll do anything that I can to help them. And even if that just means brightening up their day a little bit, that's what I strive to do.
Zach has a really excellent skill in rallying other people to a cause and working well with a variety of people. Zach stands out from other students because of that passion. He is devoted to the cause. He stands out because he's willing to stand out. He's willing to take a stand, bring things to people's attention, and do the job that needs to be done to make something positive happen.
I would really like to be a teacher, because I really just like influencing the future and helping other people achieve their dreams.
I like to be seen as someone who's dedicated to do their work. The thing about me is that when I get work, even whether it's important or not, I do it and I keep doing it, and however long it takes me to do it, I just do it and make sure I do the best I could until I know I'm done and until I know I'm satisfied with my work.
She's the reason that student success is in our board. She is truly a successful student. She just displays a positive attitude towards everything she does and comes in with a smile every day, ready to learn and eager to learn, and that makes a big difference.
A leader didn't only have to be someone who said, like, you do this, you do that. It can also be someone who motivates people, and that's what I think I am. I'm a leader in that sense of motivation, telling people that they can do this and encourage them.
I do my best to stand out amongst the crowd and work together with other people to create the best environment for the school and for the people that I'm surrounded by, because I want to be a role model for them.
She was involved in our leadership class where she had an incredible project that was very touching, where she was involved talking about the effect of substance abuse on people, on families. And it was very close to her, and she shared her story to other people to help them, and that helped the entire school.
Last year, after telling my story, I had a couple people come up to me and talk to me about how they see things differently now and tell me, oh, you've made a change in my life. I don't understand how someone could go through something like losing a parent to drug abuse and then come out of it the way you are, when I could have gone a completely different way.
Vicky is my hero. And when I say that, I look at the courage that she has. I look at the way she puts others first. And to me, that's an incredible role model, not just for students, but for people. And so, yeah, I'm a teacher, but I look at her and I go, wow, so many times I want to be like what she is.
Sometimes people go the wrong way in high school and sometimes people go the right way. But I want to help kids go the right way, and so they can be the best them that they can be.
I think I am a leader. I think mainly because of my outgoing personality. It puts me in a lot of leading roles. It depends on whether I'm confident in the situations, of course, but I do feel like I tend to lead often.
I think she has so much joy and charisma about her that people just like to be with her, and she enhances a group when she's there. So because she works really hard, other students see that and they work really hard too, but they also see that she's a nice person. So it all works together in such a cohesive way that the entire group becomes better. And when you have leaders like that, it certainly makes them stand out. She really helps other people to realize their goals along the way, and I think that's a huge part of being successful as well that she exemplifies.
I honestly think that the main reason that I go above and beyond, like especially in school, has a lot to do with my learning disability. I feel like because of that, I push myself to do as much as I can do, and yeah, I think that that really motivates me.
I consider myself a leader because of all the initiatives that I've taken on within King City. Things like becoming head mentor and things like joining student council. They've all broadcasted leadership abilities and taken them out by working with different students within the school from grades 9 to 12.
She has been a member of every committee that has been in the school working towards, all sorts of different activities, sports, academics, mentors, student council. Since grade 9, any activity that's gone on in the school, Zoe has been a part of. Even when you go to prom for the grade 12 class last year, she's very selfless. So, if something needs to be done, Zoe's going to be the person that's going to step in to help out.
Definitely my most proud accomplishment within King and within being a leader through my community is becoming secretary in grade 11 and getting to work with probably the most amazing group of people. That student council was an experience that I'll never forget. That was a huge accomplishment for me, being able to organize and coordinate with so many people.
I'm a listener because the things that other people have to say, in the grand scheme of things, are a lot more important than all what I can say, because I can just learn so much more from other people. Whenever we have to do a project or a task, I feel it's my duty to step up and give the group a vision, because you can't accomplish anything without a really clear vision, and I like to think that I can provide that vision.
Last year, when the students competed at the Judges' Cup in Newmarket, William led the team there, and at the end was recognized as most valuable participant in the entire tournament. And that was an accomplishment in itself, but having the Chief Justice of York Region come up and say, your student, William Lundy, I'm not retiring until he is arguing in front of me in the court, is a huge accomplishment and just validates why we do what we do.
Because at the end of the day, you know, to live a good life, you have to be able to look back and say, wow, I helped these people, I helped my country, I did things that bettered the world. I want to be able to say, look back and say, I made a difference.
Well, I'd like to consider myself a leader, and I'd like to consider that because I've taken on a variety of leadership roles throughout my high school career, whether it's being involved in GSAs or just organizing a set for a theater production or being a captain of a sports team. I'm always trying to put myself in a leadership position, even if it's in the classroom, kind of always in that leadership chair, and it's a position I feel really comfortable in.
Danny has also expanded now, and he works on a board-wide initiative called the York Region GSA, and this has allowed students from all across the region to come together and to feel that they have a safe place. I think that sums up Danny's impact on the students within our school and within the board, letting kids know that their value is not tied to their gender or to their sexuality, and letting kids know that it's all right to be who they are.
I have a lot of passion for what I do in my everyday life, whether it's school. I really love learning, and I know a lot of people would give me some weird looks if they heard me say that, but I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy also working with other people to do extracurricular humanitarian things, and that's what really motivates me to move forward. I want to make the world around me as positive as it can be.